Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Sorry to have Jim Mathers. He is the president of Energy Professionals with me today. Jim, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk to you.
All right. Give us some background on Energy Professionals, what you do, some background on you. It's amazing what you've done with your life. And then I have a couple of questions I want to walk forward with.
All right, good. So, I started off when I was young. I wanted to be a nuclear engineer, and I went to the Naval Academy, and I did 4 years of nuclear engineering school, and then I got out of the Naval Academy, and then I went into submarine service. This was in the mid 80s, and so I was chasing Russians all over the oceans. And the funniest part is, several years ago, I met a Russian Navy captain who was in the same part of the Northern Sea, looking for me while I was chasing his other guys under the North Pole. And we ended up writing a sales book together called Ending the Cold War Between Salesmen and Customers, which I think is just hilarious.
I do too, because I don't see how you made the connection, but I'm sure you did. All right. Now then, tell me about Energy Professionals. What do you do that makes you different, disruptive, and ahead of the curve?
Well, we focus on one thing: commercial businesses, government locations. We help them save millions and millions of dollars on their energy spend every year. I've been doing this for 21 years. And in the deregulated states, it's pretty easy because we actually shop for the big commercial users. And when they're using $1 million of energy, every tenth of a penny that we can reduce the price is a lot of money saved. In addition, that's for electricity, natural gas. In the last few years, we've really focused on energy intelligence because we have a couple of different technology partners that we can go in and monitor different circuits of a large business and literally find out where are they wasting energy. Because we found the biggest savings is not so much cutting a tenth of a penny off their price, it's cutting 20% of their energy usage off the bill completely. And that is a lot more money. And it's relatively inexpensive to do this. It's just now the new technology, the Internet of Things. We can monitor all the different loads of a manufacturer, for example, and even for a school system, because air conditioning units go bad. I've heard that about 18% of air conditioning units are right now failing at this time. So if a location has 20 air conditioners, that means about 4 of them aren't working right. And when air conditioners start going down, they use twice as much energy. Now, if someone was monitoring every one of those circuits, they would see that, hey, there's something wrong. Let's go in and fix it, because it can be fixed very easily and very inexpensively. And you can restore the AC comfort and quality of air to the building. And more important to the CFO is you can save a lot of money on that electric bill. So we're really into how do we help businesses cut their energy costs? How can we use new technology? And I say new, it's really been the last 10 years, but it's now being used more than ever because it's been proven. But we can also help companies figure out, is it better to get green energy certificates, renewable energy certificates, or can we actually get them wind power directly? We've actually saved some customers 10 to 15% using 100% wind power that we've purchased for them. It's amazing. So now they can say they're green and they don't have to have a wind turbine on their property. But if they want solar, we can get them solar. So we have about 100 commercial solar contractors that we can bring in to bid on different projects around the country. So we're no longer tied into the deregulated states. We can now deliver savings, energy efficiency, and green energy options, including one of our technology partners actually can make a whole island self-contained. He actually did one, and I'll leave the name off. It's a very famous person, but it's an island where they put in solar, battery backups, and 2 wind turbines on the island after they studied the wind patterns for 1 year so they could maximize the energy created. And these wind turbines actually fold down if there's a hurricane coming, so you don't lose your investment. You might lose power for the week from the wind turbines, but you still have your solar panels. So it's very exciting times. I mean, I've been doing this for 21 years and I feel like a kid because we're actually going into our friends who have large buildings and we're saying, hey, look, we can save you a lot of money. We can create a better work environment. We can actually help you. If you have a green initiative for your company, we can help you meet that. So these are exciting times. And I think what's most important for the CEOs and the CFOs of the country is that it no longer costs you twice as much money to make green electricity. We can actually put in solar and save the company money overall and make them green.
And what's really impactful on the commercial side is you said 10 to 15%. Adding that to a commercial venture's bottom line by being able to save the energy, do preventative maintenance by knowing things are going to be breaking down is huge. That is big. I mean, if you get a 15% pop in your stock, you would just wake up, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
The valuations on private companies would go through the roof. All right. I want to commend you on that and being able to take that. Obviously, that's scalable. We don't have to drive down that. But you have a Z Energy announcement for a joint marketing agreement with National Consultancy. Talk to me about this.
Well, Zenergy is a very interesting company. It's one of our technology partners because they can go into a business. And one of the things that's made it tough for the CFOs and CEOs is if you have to come up with $2 or $3 million for a project, and let's say an LED lighting project costs $1 million for a CapEx, but it saves you $1 million a year, which you want to do it. But if you don't have the CapEx right now, and we've had a few of our customers tell us this, we can spread that payment over 5 years. And now we're actually saving you money every month, even though we put $1 million of LEDs into your building. But you save starting month 1, and we create an OpEx. It's off-book financing. It's very convenient. Yes, some of the CFOs go, I don't like that interest rate, but I'm going, yeah, but you save $10,000 a month. You know, you were paying $20,000 a month for lighting. We've knocked it down to $10,000 a month. You know, and you're making the payments on it. So this is this OpEx versus CapEx problem. It depends on the company. So some companies come to us and say, no, we can get money cheaper. We'll just give you $1 million for the lighting, and we'll take a 1-year ROI on the lighting. But when you go in with energy intelligence, you can now know exactly how much money you're saving on the lights, exactly how much money you're saving in air conditioning. And if you're a manufacturer and you have 100 motors in your building, the piece of a bill that most people don't understand is the peak demand charges that the utility creates, because they have to, they don't know when you're going to turn all your motors on. That can cause a problem with the grid. So what we have is, I call it grid insurance. This is not a technical term. It's the peak demand charge on a bill, which for some big corporations and some manufacturing plants is more than their energy usage charge, because they have so many motors that will start up at any given time and create a huge demand onto the grid, which could, in the old days, cause brownouts and blackouts and everything else. No one wants that. So we have to have a lot of generation ready to go, and we got to pay those guys to be ready to go. And that comes out of the demand charge. Well, if I can cut your motor usage down and I can actually intelligently line everything up, we cut the demand charge out of the bill. That wasn't even part of the 15% I was talking about. That's just additional bonus.
Brilliant.
And it's not understood by anybody.
Well, it will be now. Now, what I want to know is, moving forward, is you've got some charity things that you're doing here. Dunkin' Donuts, Open Kettle Golf Tournament, and you've got some real sports giants participating with you. In closing, tell us about that.
Well, Thurman Thomas is one of our partners. He works with putting in generators into large corporations to cut that demand charge I was talking. It's very exciting. So his company is a partner with us. He's coming to play golf with us. Cedric Sabalos is a friend of one of my friends, and he's coming to play golf with us in this Dunkin' Donuts charity tournament. We're excited. June 26th in Chicago. And then Don Beebe is a friend of another friend of mine, and he's obviously friends with Thurman Thomas. even though I think Thurman injured him one time in a game, but that's okay. We won't talk about that. So I get to play golf with 3 of these sports heroes of mine, and we do it for a great cause, and we're helping children through the Dunkin' Donuts charity. And, you know, we're excited to come together, and we're there to help a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. We save Dunkin' Donuts a lot of money every year. So it's good. So the donuts, you can get your donuts. They taste great, but it costs the owners less money.
Brilliant. Brilliant. All right, Jim, thanks for being a guest on the show. Stick around after I say goodbye to our audience. I've got a couple of guys I need you to meet.
Great. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate
You're welcome. All right, you've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.